Brian, you talked about those 22 drivers in the field tonight. Not only are they 22 of the world's greatest non-wing sprint car drivers, but 22 of the bravest non-wing sprint car drivers you'll find anywhere, not only in the U.S., but abroad as well, as Lawrenceburg Speedway is no joke. This place is bad fast, big banks, big speed, and it's always got that extra thrill factor you don't find anywhere else. As you said, Brian, first of two nights here on the weekend at the legendary Lawrenceburg Speedway. Tonight is the second annual Greg Staub Memorial, of course, honoring the life and legend of Greg Staub, a five-time Lawrenceburg Speedway track champion in his own right, a USAC driver and car owner in his career, and a former promoter here at the Lawrenceburg Speedway. The dog simply did it all, especially when it came to the Lawrenceburg Speedway. Of course, the season drawing to a close here in just a few weeks' time in Arizona at the Western World Championships at Central Arizona Speedway, but still some valuable ground to be gained in the point standings when it comes to our AMSOIL USAC National Sprint Car Championship point standings. Let's take a look. Kyle Cummins, of course, still remains in the driver's seat of the championship with 2,944 points headed into the Greg Staub Memorial. Mitchell Moles currently in the second spot, Logan CV third, Kevin Thomas Jr. fourth, and Justin Grant returning to Lawrenceburg for the first time since he was injured here during Indiana Sprint Week, currently fifth in the point standings. Briggs Danner is sixth, CJ Leary is seventh, Jake Swanson eighth, Chase Stockton ninth, and Gunnar Setzer, your leading rookie in the point standings, rounds out your current top 10. Over to our Dirt Draft Driver v Driver matchup on the evening. Kobe Simpson will face off against last week's winner, Briggs Danner. We'll start with Kobe. He is on the left-hand side of your screen at USAC Driver 1. He has chosen Justin Grant, Ricky Lewis, Hayden Reinbold, Todd Hobson, and Kayla Rail. And you can find a post-race when you play in the public lobby at USAC Driver 1. Briggs Danner, as I said, your winner in the Driver v Driver matchup at Terre Haute. He is at USAC Driver 2 when you look him up in the post-race public lobby. He has chosen himself, Chase Stockton, Ricky Lewis, Gunnar Setzer, and Kobe Simpson. Let's take a look at run a show tonight for the AMSOIL USAC National Sprint Car Championship here in the second annual Greg Staub Memorial. Engineer just finishing up in the pit area a little bit ago, and actually, as we're speaking right now, the first couple of cars making their way towards the speedway for our dirt draft hot laps. From there, in Honest Abe Roofing qualifying, with only 22 cars on the evening, it's going to be 3 heats with all drivers advancing into the feature event, but you're still going to want to be in the top 6 to be eligible for that invert. And then after that, it is our 30-lap Greg Staub Memorial here for the second time here at the Lawrenceburg Speedway. And one of the reasons what makes this race so special is not only we get to honor Greg with the life and the legacy that he left here at Lawrenceburg, but also some cool bonuses on the line as well for a lot of cool things going on, as I'm getting reports as there's even more groundhogs here at the racetrack too. Just in case you're wondering, it's a groundhog hotbed here at the Lawrenceburg Speedway. But back to the Greg Staub Memorial bonuses, a lot of money on the line for these drivers no matter what they do here all evening. The feature event is going to pay $6,544. A new track record should it be established here in Honest Abe Roofing qualifying, $444. Our fast qualifier will receive $144. Heat race winners, $144 as well. And your hard charger on the evening in our feature event will also get $144 too. So a lot of reasons to go after it here at the Bergen, the Greg Staub Memorial. Once again, truly an honor to get to honor Greg Staub here at the Lawrenceburg Speedway. As I said, Brian Holbert, first couple cars rolling out on the Speedway for Dirt Draft Hot Laps. Let's get it rolling here at the Berg.
Indeed we shall. If you have not set your Dirt Draft lineup, now is the time to do so. Of course, you can download the Dirt Draft app. If you are new, use referral code USAC when signing up to get a $20 digital gift card to shop online at usacgear.com. First group out to the Speedway of the 22 drivers on hand as we look down at the wave of the caution flag, indicating the drivers can go ahead and push. Dustin Weber, driver to Goshen, Ohio, driver of the Teal Moon Creations, DRC Weber Racing. CSI. 10 below, Candy Company number 9 makes his way over into turns 1 and 2. Driver rolling in behind him. That's Kobe Simpson. He's out of Bonham, Texas, driver of the B-Town Automotive Circle C Adventures Canada DRC Scorpion Racer number 21K. That car is the same one he had at Lucas Oil Speedway. Took a wild ride in the number 21K. They were able to clip the car and get it back in action here tonight. CJ Leary to Greenfield, Indiana. The Curb Records, Kodiak Products, Oakcraft Elegant Cabinetry, Apache Transport number 21AZ also on track, making his way into turn number 2. Over to turn number 1, winner of this event 1 year ago, the E. Schneider & Sons Recycling, Ryder DRC, Boulevard Truck Repair, Oshtucks Roast to car number 39. That is Briggs Danner. Briggs Danner making his way onto the back straightaway in 39. Nate Carley onto the far side of the Speedway, West Harrison, Indiana driver, Jeff of the Benson Tree Services, D&D Power, DRC Chassis, Harris Supply Chain Solutions, Jack's Trucking number 14C. And the 98 machine firing here in the front straightaway out of Cincinnati, Ohio, the Epoxy Systems International, Glen Farms, Anthony Cotney Lawn Care Services, Bybent Landscaping number 98. That is Sabin Bybent. Sabin Bybent over in middle of turns 1 and 2 in the number 98. One more driver to tell you about rolling down the front straightway. She is a former main event winner here at Lawrenceburg at Dillsboro, Indiana. Driver of the Southern Insurance, Don Spike Chassis, Heavy Duty Truck and Transmission Services, Clark's Home Services, number 4K. Rolling into turns 1 and 2, that is Kayla Rell. Kayla Rell in the number 4K. So again, the bonus money up for grabs, as Drake was talking about in the pre-race show. Of course, the feature winner tonight, $6,544. He set a new track record, $444. First non-transfer out of the semi, that will be off the table here tonight as everybody going on into the feature event. Fast qualifier not only gets $150 from Honest Abe Roofing, but an additional $144 here tonight. Heat race winner is also getting $144, and your hard charger in the main event, not only getting the Rana Supply $150, but also an extra $144 for being the hard charger in your feature event. Of course, everything themed the 44 in honor of the late Greg Staub. As they come around to the wave of the green flag, we're underway here in Dirt Draft Hot Lap session number 1. Checker flag flying here in Dirt Draft Hot Lap session number 1 as the sun begins to peek out from behind the clouds. Briggs Danner currently sitting at the top of the boards at a 14.028. CJ Leary 14.088. Sabin Bybent 14.180. Kobe Simpson 14.404. Kayla Rell fifth quick at a 14.469. AMSOIL is the title sponsor of the USAC Sprint Car National Championship. The AMSOIL Shop by Vehicle Tool at AMSOIL.com takes the guesswork out of picking the best oil and filter combination for your vehicle. Choose the right product and packaging option and enjoy fast, free delivery right to your door. Visit AMSOIL.com to learn more. Well, Drake, you told me that was the same car, but it appears not.
Yeah, it appears not. A little bit of verbal miscommunication is what we'll call it. But wanted to talk about Kobe Simpson because, as you said, Brian, last time we saw him with the AMSOIL USAC National Sprint Car Championship, he was in a pretty bad crash at Lucas Oil Speedway. So this is his first time back with us since that pretty sketchy accident down there. Tore up that race car pretty much to shreds. As a matter of fact, actually bent the seat up on that race car too, so had to get a new seat along with it. But he was telling me with this race car, he's been talking to Joe Devin of DRC Chassis. Of course, Joe Devin's been around for a very long time, absolutely knows what he's talking about when it comes to non-wing 410 sprint cars. And Kobe's telling me that Joe's been helping him a little bit with some numbers, especially on the torsion bars on this race car, and has made it a lot better on the slick and tricky racetracks. And we know from time to time, Lawrenceburg Speedway can get pretty slick and pretty darn tricky. So Kobe Simpson is feeling really confident heading into this weekend here at the Berg.
And this is a track, like you said, it gets very tricky where they definitely need to have that little bit of confidence behind behind him. And, of course, at Lucas, we also saw Brandon Maddox take a pretty bad spill. Took a couple of weeks off. We saw him get back in the car at Eldora as well. So good to see drivers able to make repairs, get back on the racetrack as we roll into Dirt Draft Hot Lap session number 2. Driver rolling onto the back straightaway. Kyle Willis out of North Vernon, Indiana, the Ellis Gas and Oil Gold Bear Group. Thunder Kids, representatives attorney at law. Robin Joe's Body Shop, number 5W, making his way over to turns 3 and 4. Driver directly in front of him, Justin Grant out of Ione, California. Driver of the NOS Energy Drink, Hippie Logistics, Kistler Max at number 4. Last time Grant graced the clay here at Lawrenceburg. That, unfortunately, is when he suffered the injury to his left foot. Looking for a little bit of redemption here tonight in the NOS Energy, number 4. Ryan Barr going to roll down the front straightaway out of Piqua, Ohio. Driver of the Midway Tool, Claxon DRC ComConnect. Barr family rakes at number 21B. The 19AZ here on the front straightaway. That's Mitchell Moles out of Raisin City, California. The AME Electrical, Mesquite Valley Transportation. Reinbold Underwood Motorsports, number 19. His teammate rolling behind him, Hayden Reinbold out of Gilbert, Arizona. The AME Electrical, Levante Windows and Doors, Stanton Spike, number 19. The driver in 10. That's Eric Gentry. Gentry at Robards, Kentucky in the number 10. And one more driver to tell you about, rolling to the exit at turn number 4. That's Jake Swanson out of Anaheim, California. The Inland Rigging Snake Enterprises, One-Way DRC. Dirt Roots Digital, number 5T. Letting drivers roll around just a little bit more, get some more heat beneath the bonnets before we fire them off here for Dirt Draft Hot Lap session number 2. Speaking of firing up, you can fuel up, fire up, and never look back with NOS Energy. It's human horsepower. Try one today and follow them on social media at NOS Energy Drink. Also, make sure to stop by the USAC merchandise trailer before the end of heat races so you can sign up to be tonight's AMSOIL Inside the Oval winner if your name is chosen. You and a guest get to ride in the pace truck and get to watch all the action from the infield. Again, sign up at the USAC merchandise trailer as we're underway here in Dirt Draft Hot Lap session number 2. Certainly not slowing down. Justin Grant to the top of the boards at a 13.819. Only driving to the 13-second bracket, 13.819 for the NOS Energy. Top Motorsports number 4. Hayden Reinbold second quick right now with a 14.005. Briggs Danner 14.028. Mitchell Moles at 14.029. And Jake Swanson 14.065. Final group of Dirt Draft Hot Laps out to the Speedway. Drivers sitting at the bottom side of the racetrack in that Greg Staub tributed number 44, the Impressive Creations, Wagner Reserve, the Sailor Park Bunch, Bischoff Lawn Care, Westerfeld Power, DRC number 44. That is Sean Westerfeld in the Fish Tester Owen Racing number 44 here this evening. Driver sitting next to him, that's going to be Kyle Cummins out of Princeton, Indiana. Driver the Avante Windows and Doors, Premier Recycling, Petty Performance, Mach 1 Stanton Power number 3P. The 3Rs, Kevin Thomas Jr. out of Coleman, Alabama. The Inferno Armor, Majestic Electric, Eddie Gilstrap Motors, Rocksteady Racing, Stanton number 3R. And the 98 on track, that is the 98H of Todd Hobson out of Clyde, Victoria, Australia. Driver the Wookiee Orthodontist Glen Farm Chevrolet DRC chassis number 98. Gunnar Setzer out of Columbus, Indiana, the Midwest 2 Mills, Superior Ag, Davis Brothers, King Racing Products, Chrome Dome number 5G. He sits on the Speedway as they'll get the command to fire here for Dirt Draft Hot Lap Session number 3. Ricky Lewis out of Oxnard, California, the Honda State Roofing, Pendleton Farms, Claxon DRC, Hoosier Tire, riding with Franklin, Maryland, Bennick number 2B. Getting the push here on the front straightaway, that is Chase Stockton out of Fort Branch, Indiana, the Brown Brothers Excavating, Daybwig Meeks, Lucas Oil Center, Kessler DRC, Moose Racing number 92. And the 57 of Logan Seavey. He's out of Sutter, California, the Mount Mechanical Contractors, Indy Power Sports, Stanton DRC Chassis, Indy Custom Stone, number 57, defending champion of the Fall Nationals. Of course, that event tomorrow, $20,000 to win tomorrow night here at Lawrenceburg. Of course, tonight's winner walking away with $6,544. This is also leading into the final leg of the NOS Energy Hoosier Trifecta. That'll be tomorrow. We'll talk about that a little bit more as we get through tonight's program. Bonus money up for grabs for Justin Grant and Logan Seavey. Grant has the potential to walk away with an extra $20,000. Both drivers have a shot at an extra $10,000. We'll give you some more details on that here in just a little bit. Looking ahead on the schedule, and by looking ahead, I mean way ahead. If you missed the announcement this week, Winter Dirt Games, presented by Yokohama Tires, that has been announced February 9th through the 14th. 2 nights of Volusia, then we head over to Ocala Speedway. So again, you can go to USACracing.com for more information on that. Those dates announced earlier this week. And looking ahead a little bit closer here, next weekend, we head to the states of Kansas and Texas. Dodge City Raceway Park and Route 66 Motor Speedway, Dodge City, Kansas, and Amarillo, Texas will be the sites of the USAC AMSOIL Sprint Car National Championship. Speaking of Dodge City, that'll be on Friday, October 17th. And, of course, on October 18th, we'll be down in Amarillo. And there is bonus money up for grabs between those two events, an extra $2,000 for the High Plains Thunder Run for the driver who has the most combined points between the 2 nights of racing. So those are 2 events you definitely don't want to miss out on. And, of course, it all wraps up down in the desert Southwest for the USAC AMSOIL Sprint Car National Championship. We're talking the 58th running of the Western World Championships, $35,000 to win, $1,000 to start. And, of course, that is brought to you by AME Electrical, Apache Transport, and JUCO Superfoods down at Casa Grande, Arizona, Central Arizona Raceway, October 24th and 25th. A practice on that Thursday as well. Pit party and all kinds of great stuff happening. You can find more information on that again at USACracing.com. Track already starting to work up the banking quite nicely here as we wrap up Dirt Draft Hot Laps. Final couple of cars coming over the start-finish line, and Justin Grant holds on to the quickest lap time here in Dirt Draft Hot Laps, a 13.819. One other driver in the 13-second bracket, that is your current USAC National Championship points leader, Kyle Cummins at a 13.956. Hayden Reinbold, 14.005. Chase Stockton, 14.025. And Briggs Danner ends up 5th quick at 14.028. 2 cars at a time set to make their way out to the Speedway for qualifying. Of course, that's brought to you by Honest Abe Roofing. Honest Abe Roofing, America's reliable roofer, will present the Fast Qualifying Award for all 3 USAC national divisions throughout the 2025 season. Honest Abe has been installing, repairing, and maintaining residential roofs since 2005, and they want to give you the perfect roof to protect your home and keep you comfortable. Honest Abe provides the fastest service in the roofing industry, and they're supported the fastest driver in qualifications. Visit honestaberoofing.com today to schedule your free inspection. Again, $150 from Honest Abe Roofing, an extra $144 for the Greg Staub Memorial on top of that, up for grabs for tonight's Honest Abe Roofing Quick Qualifier. Drivers will push from the pit area. They'll get 1 warm-up lap, green the second time by. Current track record established in 2008 by Levi Jones, 12.926 seconds, 104.441 average miles per hour. First driver out to the Speedway is the defending champion of the Greg Staub Memorial out of Allentown, Pennsylvania. Driver the E. Schneider & Sons Recycling, Oshucks Roasted Corn, Ryder DRC, Apache Transport, Davis Brothers, number 39. This is Briggs Danner. In the number 39, he will start the clock here. Other driver on track, Kayla Rail out of Dillsboro, Indiana, the Southern Insurance, Heavy-Duty Truck and Transmission Services, Clark's Home Service, number 4K. Briggs Danner coming around on lap number 1. He will set the mark, and it will be a 14.189, 14.189 seconds. Kayla Rail coming around. Her first lap's going to be a 14.685, 14.685 seconds. Danner, second time by. Does he improve his time? He does. 13.937, 13.937 seconds for your defending Greg Staub Memorial winner. The 4K of Kayla Rail coming around, second time by, a little bit slower, 15.067 to 14.685. A lap number 1 for the driver of the number 4K. But Briggs Danner will set the mark at a 13.937. Next 2 drivers out to the Speedway, we find Saban Bybit, winner here with the Boss Series back on September 27th. The Epoxy Systems International, Glen Farms, J&D Chevrolet, Triple X Chassis, Bybit Landscaping, number 98, joined by the 14 of Nate Carley at West Harrison, Indiana, driver the Benson Tree Services, a Harrison Supply Chain Solutions, D&D Power DRC Chassis, number 14C. Bybit with problems last year during the Greg Staub Memorial, had to scratch post-qualifying. Comes around lap number 1, second quick at a 14.298, 14.298 seconds. Carley coming around third quick at a 14.303. Driver the number 98, a 5-time starter in USAC competition here at Lawrenceburg. His best finish during the 2021 Fall Nationals, ran 14th, comes around better second time by at a 14.043. Nate Carley also improving his time at a 14.121. But Briggs Danner right now is the quickest driver and the only one turning a 13-second lap at a 13.937. Next out to the Speedway, we find C.J. Leary out of Greenfield, Indiana, driver the Curb Records, Kodiak Products, Oakcraft Elegant Cabinetry, Team Arizona, Quebec, Janie Racer, number 21 AZ, joined by the driver to Bonham, Texas, the B-Town Automotive Circle C Adventures Candidate DRC, number 21K. This is Kobe Simpson. Simpson in search of his first A-feature start with the USAC AMSOIL Sprint Car National Championship here at Lawrenceburg, the 21 AZ. Coming in to make his 33rd A-feature appearance here. Goes fourth quick on his opening lap at a 14.182. Seventh in last year's Greg Staub Memorial. Wins here during Indiana Sprint Week, as well as a boss win and a weekly win on his resume here at Lawrenceburg. The 21 AZ coming around second time by, slower, 14.227 to 14.182 on his opening lap. Kobe Simpson, his second time by, improves on time, still fifth quick at a 14.502. Hayden Reinbold on the throttle out to the Speedway out of Gilbert, Arizona. Driver the AME Electrical, Stanton Spike, Any Race Parts, Avante Windows and Doors, Reinbold, Underwood Motorsports, number 19. Joined on track by Dustin Weber, the Ohio Racer, and the Teal Moon Creations, Weber Racing DRC. Tim Below Candy Company, number 9. Ran 14th here back on September 27th behind the wheel of the number 9 with the Boss Series, the 19 of Hayden Reinbold. 4-time starter here at Lawrenceburg with the USAC AMSOIL Sprint Car National Championship. Comes around in his opening lap, fifth quick at a 14.293. Ran 18th 1 year ago during the Greg Staub Memorial's best finish earlier this year during Indiana Sprint Week. Ran 9th behind the wheel of the number 19. Simpson, sixth quick in his opening lap at a 14.502. Reinbold better, second quick at a 14.017. 14.017 seconds for the driver of the number 19. And Weber, 14.930, second time by, better for him. Ryan Barr out to the Speedway and the Midway Tool, Connect, Claxon DRC chassis number 21B. He'll be joined by the 5W, the driver to North Vernon, Indiana, the Ellis Gas and Oil. Robin Joe's Body Shop. Thunder Kids, Gold Bear Group, Spy Cummings Power, number 5W. That is Kyle Willis. In the number 5W. Ryan Barr in the number 21B coming around in his opening lap. He will make the exit to turn number 4, a two-time starter here in Lawrenceburg with the USAC AMSOIL Sprint Car National Championship. 9th in the semi last year here during the Greg Staub Memorial. Comes around in his opening lap, 7th quick at a 14.611. Willis in the 5, a 15.229 on his opening lap, 10th out of 10 right now. Barr coming around, improves by 1, takes over the 6th spot at a 14.418, 14.418 for the driver of the number 21B. And Willis, second time by, will be slower. He'll stand on his opening lap at 15.229. So 10 drivers so far have been out to qualify here in Honest Abe Roofing qualifying. And thus far, Briggs Danner, the quickest out of all of them at a 13.937. The 19AZ, Mitchell Moles, out of Raisin City, California. The AME Electrical, Massive Transportation, Stanton Spike, Kaiser Wheels, number 19AZ, out to the Speedway. And the driver that was quickest during hot laps, Justin Grant out of Ione, California. The NOS Energy MPV Logistics, Kistler Maxim, number 4. Mitchell Moles rolling onto the back straightaway as Grant comes around to start his opening lap. Grant, a 36-time starter here in Lawrenceburg in USAC AMSOIL Sprint Car National Competition. Mitchell Moles coming around on lap number 1. He'll be 9th quick at a 14.753. He's a 9-time starter here in Lawrenceburg. As Grant comes around 3rd quick on his opening lap of 14.028. Second time by, quick time at a 13.836. 13836 seconds for Mitchell Moles. Can Grant top that? He does improve by 1. Goes to 3rd quick at 14.006. But Mitchell Moles right now is your Honest Abe Roofing quick qualifier. Next two drivers out to the Speedway. Jake Swanson out of Anaheim, California, driver of the Inland Rigging Snake Enterprises. Darty Motorsports. JSD Shock Technologies, DRC One-Way Power, number 5T. Joined by Eric Gentry at Robards, Kentucky. The G-Nick Construction Spec DRC Chalk Stick, Signal Machine and Tool, number 10. Swanson coming around on his opening lap. We'll see where he stops the clock. It will be 3rd quick at a 13.947. 13947 seconds for the driver of the number 5T. Gentry makes his way off at turn number 4. His opening lap is going to be a 15.314. Can the 5 improve second time by? He does not. 13.989, a 13.947 on his opening lap. That'll put him 3rd quick. And Eric Gentry, second time around, Gentry going ahead and pulling down to the pit area. So his 1 lap, a 15.314. Gunnar Setzer out to the Speedway now at Columbus, Indiana. Driver of the Midwest 2 Mill, Stanton Flea RC, Superior Ag, Davis Brothers, King Racing Products, S&C Machine, number 5G. Joined by Todd Hobson out of Cincinnati, Ohio. Driver of the Epoxy Systems International, Glen Farms, J&D Chevrolet, Triple X chassis, number 98. Driver of the number 5, his family, some history here. His father, a former track champion, and did so behind the wheel of the Greg Staub number 44 back in 2000. Setzer coming around in his opening lap. He'll go 9th quick at a 14.355. 14355 seconds for the driver, the number 5G. Hobson, winner here back on the 27th of September. He'll come around 10th quick in his opening lap at a 14.361. Setzer trying to improve second time by. He does 7th quick at a 14.119. 14.119 for the driver, the number 5G. Hobson coming around second time by and slower at a 14.453, a 14.361 in his opening lap. USAC National Points Leader out to the Speedway. Kyle Cummins out of Princeton, Indiana. Driver of the Avante Windows Stanton Mach 1 Premier Recycling, Petty Performance, number 3P. He'll be joined by Ricky Lewis out of Oxnard, California. The Honest Abe Roofing, Pendleton Farms, Bennett Enterprises, Claxon DRC, Hoosier Tire, number 2B. 17th and 18th drivers out to the clay here. Lewis, a 2-time starter here with the USAC AMSOIL Sprint Car National Championship, both during Indiana Sprint Week, a 6th in 2024 and a 5th here in July. Kyle Cummins coming around on his opening lap in the 3. Goes 10th quick at a 14.141. Lewis goes 6th quick in his opening lap. His time a 14.041. 25 starts in USAC competition here in Lawrenceburg for Cummins. Comes around 4th quick at 13.988. Lewis slower second time by. He'll stand on his opening lap 7th quick with a 14.041. Next out to the Speedway at Coleman, Alabama, driving the Inferno Armor, Majestic Electric, Factory Kane, Stanton Mach 1, Eddie Gilstrap Motors, Rock City Racing number 3R. This is Kevin Thomas Jr. He'll be joined by Sean Westerfeld, driving that Greg Staub Memorial number 44. The Impressive Creations, Wagner Reserve, Westerfeld Power, DRC, Bischoff Lawn Care number 44. Ran second here with the Boss Series during the Dick Gaines Memorial back on the 27th. Driver number 44 to the high side, exiting turn number 4. Kevin Thomas Jr. in the meantime, lap number 1 for him, a 14.045. Westerfeld, a 14.390, puts him 14th on the grid right now. Kevin Thomas Jr. currently sitting 9th in the 3R. And problems for KTJ, exiting turn number 4. He will come by and slow to the bottom side of turns 1 and 2. Westerfeld, his second time by, was a little bit slower, a 14.452. Quickest driver so far, with only a few drivers remaining here in Honest Abe Roofing qualifying.
All the way out straight to scales here. All the way out.
Mitchell Moles, a 13.836. If he can hold on to it here, it'll be his 14th of the season. Of course, Moles was also your quick qualifier here back on April 12th with a 14.267. Last time Moles was your Honest Abe Roofing quick qualifier, it came with a track record. That was back on the 27th up in Quincy, Michigan at Butler. The single season record for quick qualifying times held by the driver that just got the push off of the racetrack, Kevin Thomas Jr., sitting at 15. So Moles trying to break that record here as your final 2 drivers out to qualify, and that includes the Moose Racing number 92. The door is down, and he is running the Brown Brothers Thanksgiving Day Week Meets Kistler DRC chassis number 92. And your defending Fall Nationals winner, Logan Seavey at Asota, California, the Mountain Mechanical Contractors, Indy Power Sports, 4-Check Marketing, Abacus Racing number 57. Also out to the Speedway stock and first time by 14.415, and Logan Seavey, his opening lap is going to be a 14.385. On the throttle round to the front straightaway, the 92 trying to improve second time around. He does, 5th quick at a 14.003. Seavey looking for a little bit more speed second time by in the 57. Ends up 14th quick, was better second time by at a 14.278. As that will wrap up Honest Abe Roofing qualifying. 5th quick tonight was Chase Stockton. 4th quick was Kyle Cummins. 3rd quick was Jake Swanson. 2nd quick, Briggs Danner. And for the 14th time this season, he'll pocket some extra cash here during Honest Abe Roofing qualifying. The driver out of Raisin City, California, driving the AME Electrical Massive Valley Transportation, Reinbold Underwood Motorsports, Stanton Powered Spike number 19 AZ. Race fans, give him a hand, Mitchell Moles. So we'll get Mitchell Moles down in victory lane to get a word with him here in just a moment. Again, $150 courtesy of Honest Abe Roofing, and the Greg Staub Memorial also kicking in an extra $144. We'll have hot laps for the Hornets coming up here in just a little bit. Then we will roll into opening ceremonies. So we'll bring Mitchell up here actually onto the fan side right behind the flag stand. So if you're just joining us here on the FloRacing broadcast, Mitchell Moles setting his 14th Honest Abe Roofing quick qualifying time of the season. Danner was 2nd quick, Swanson was 3rd, Cummins was 4th, Stockton in 5th, Grant in 6th, Reinbold in 7th, Ricky Lewis, Saban Byman, and Kevin Thomas Jr. Your top 10 as he's down at the front of the grandstands. Race fans, give him a hand. Let's go down to Christy Bemis.
So Mitchell Moles is going to pick up his 14th Honest Abe Roofing Fast Qualifying Award of the 2025 season. And obviously, lap number 1, a little bit dicey. In turns number 1 and 2, what did you take away from that for a much better lap number 2?
Just too much brake. Just gotta freewheel it here. It's rough, it's sketchy. It's just Lawrenceburg. It's just what it is. It's always been that way, and hopefully it always stays the same. I love this place. It's a love-hate relationship. I'm either like quick time or 13th. So lucky to be on the other side of that. I get to start 6th again tonight in the feature. So hopefully we can overcome that one of these nights and win from 6th.
How are you balancing that love-hate relationship with that record of most Honest Abe Roofing fast qualifying times on the line? Only 2 more to go to be able to break that record that was set by Kevin Thomas Jr. in 2018. Balancing that between not wanting to start 6th.
Yeah, I mean, I just try as hard as I can every time, do your best every time, and God will reward you. I just push the limits, and hopefully everyone will kind of move around a little more in the future. I think we don't really know what it's going to do right now, so hopefully it'll be a racy feature, and my guys will put on a good race, and they'll give me a good race car, so it's my job to go win.
Before he gets out of here, he's going to collect some extra fast time money from the friends and family of Greg Staub. That's Mitchell Moles. He collects your Honest Abe Roofing Fast Qualifying Award for the Greg Staub Memorial.
Not a bad way to make a little extra cash here tonight. Chad, we've got Hornets.
What's up, Brian? How we doing tonight?
Doing all right.
All right, man.
Did you make it to a dozen 4-cylinders?
We currently have 11. We're one short of a dozen.
So we need somebody with a worn-out Dodge Neon. No, we're kidding.
We are excited to be the sport class here tonight. The Lawrence Motorsports Trailer Sales Hornets a couple weeks ago crowned a track champion here. Chevy Gibson out of Dry Ridge, Kentucky's here tonight. It's the first non-points race after the championship was crowned. So we'll have 2 groups of cars out to hot lap and qualify. Once again, on behalf of all of us here at the Lawrenceburg Speedway, we welcome each and every one of you to the racetrack here tonight on a rare Friday night here. Last couple years, we've raced a doubleheader to kind of close out the season. Of course, back here tomorrow night and back here next Saturday for Day of Destruction. Here we go, though. Hornets on the racetrack. Caleb Humphreys out of Franklin, Ohio, out first in the 32 car. There's the now current track champion out of Dry Ridge, Kentucky in the 71. That is Chevy Gibson. 2 weeks ago, the feature winner right behind him out of Independence, Kentucky. That was the 51 of Kevin McCoy. Jeremy Shemwell out of Greenwood, Indiana in the 27 Hornet. And the D3 here tonight, we're used to seeing Ryan Paciocco driving that car. Ryan is here tonight, but tonight it's being driven by Joshua Lanehart. So Joshua Lanehart been asked by Ryan and Black Wolf Motorsports to jump in the car for the D3, and he was pretty excited to get the opportunity behind the wheel of one of the Black Wolf's Motorsports entries. That D3 car is usually one of the quicker cars in the Hornet class. And on the back straightaway is the all-time winningest driver in the Lawrence Motorsports Trailer Sales Hornets, multi-time former track champion, the 35, driven tonight by Cordell Moore. That's normally driven by Landon Ramirez. Cordell Moore behind the wheel of that car. So here we come to green flag for hot laps and group qualifications here. Each of the cars will get 3 laps going around the 3/8 mile Lawrenceburg Speedway. Again, as the support class running here tonight, opposite of the Greg Staub Memorial USAC sprint cars. You can see they're following Cordell Moore down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Again, not driving his familiar number 15 Hornet, but there's the white flag. Moore currently quickest in this group at an 18.966. And here comes the checkered flag. Cordell Moore is the first to take it. And as the cars complete their hot laps and group qualifications here, group number 1 coming across the start-finish line, taking the checkered flag. And the 35 of Cordell Moore is the quickest at an 18.941 is the time to beat. He sets it right now. Caleb Humphreys in the 32 second, quick in a 19.424. Chevy Gibson, track champion in the 71 car, third fastest, 19.308. And Kevin McCoy, 2 weeks ago, the feature winner in the 51 car to 19.274. And we'll invert the top 4 as we normally do here. So Kevin McCoy, Chevy Gibson on the front row. Caleb Humphreys and Cordell Moore will make up row number 2. 27 of Jeremy Shemwell will start 5th in the 19.660. And then Joshua Lanehart in the D3 at a 19.653. He'll start 6th. And that wraps up group number 1. Brian and I are kind of laughing up here at a very short XLR cable to the microphone, and we were standing about a foot apart.
Didn't quite give him enough slack there. So
we're good, though. We got a new cable stretching it out just a little bit here. Here's group number 2 on the Speedway. The first car out of the chute, the K9 out of Middletown, Ohio, is Alex West. The 18 of Lucas Walters out of Covington, Kentucky, is the second driver. He's rolling around out of turn number 2 in that white with blue and outlined in red number 18. Other cars out there, there's Natalie Rupp in the 1R. And Aiden Carson in the 18C. And there's the 17H of Paige Hudson. So 5 cars going to make up heat race number 2. Green flag getting ready to wave here out of turn number 4. There's the green flag. Alex West is the first to take the green flag. So hot laps and qualifications commencing for group number 2. Final group of the evening as the support class here tonight, the Lawrence Motorsports Trailer Sales Hornets. You always wonder why you're qualifying and you have 3 cars right together on the racetrack in turns 1 and 2. Well, they try to get separated there, but you obviously want the full racetrack at your disposal when you're trying to navigate around the 3/8 mile Lawrenceburg Speedway. White flag in the air. Yes, it doesn't pay anything for hot laps. But it does look good as they're side by side. Coming out of turn number 4 is Natalie Rupp. The slight advantage on Aiden Carson there, coming to the white flag. And there's the checkered flag. Alex West is the first to see the checkered flag. And this hot lap practice session / group qualifications are just about complete. Natalie Rupp crosses the stripe, followed by Aiden Carson and Paige Hudson, the last car to take the checkered flag. Here's the way they end up here for group number 2. Lucas Walters in the 18 car is the quickest at a 19.176. Alex West in the K9 second fastest, 19.197. Natalie Rupp third quick in the 1R at a 19.761. Aiden Carson fourth quick in the 18C at a 20.223. So top 4 cars inverted. Aiden Carson and Natalie Rupp, row number 1. Alex West and Lucas Walters, row number 2. And Paige Hudson in the 17H will start 5th. Well, that wraps up hot laps and group qualifications here tonight. Our 2 classes are ready for heat racing action following our opening ceremonies coming up in just a few moments.
So have a little bit of time before we get into opening ceremonies. That gives you a little bit of time to go down and grab yourself something to eat and something to drink. Make sure and swing by the USAC merchandise trailer. And again, you still have a moment here to sign up to enter to win to be tonight's AMSOIL Inside the Oval winner. Again, you and a guest. If your name is chosen, you'll get a prize pack and you get to ride in the pace truck to start the feature. And of course, you'll get to watch all the action from the infield. Driver merchandise, team merchandise available just beyond the main entrance here to the Lawrenceburg Speedway. So with that, here on the FloRacing broadcast, we're going to step away. We'll be back to Lawrenceburg.
Get
Get into Dodge. For the first time in 14 years, Dodge City Raceway Park in Kansas plays host to the USAC AMSOIL Sprint Car National Championship on Friday night, October 17th. Head into the wild frontier as the countdown to the series championship hits a fever pitch, featuring title contender Kyle Cummins, plus past champs Justin Grant, Logan Seavey, and CJ Leary among those who are fixing to duel in the Old West. It's open at 3 p.m. Central, gates open at 5, and cars on track at 6. For more info, visit racedcrp.com and usacracing.com. Strap in, buckle up. On Friday night, October 17th, it's going to be a Dodge City war. Don't miss it.
Whatever you drive, however you drive. AMSOIL specially engineers lubricants to maximize power, performance, and protection in your vehicles, so you can work hard and play hard with confidence. Order online at amsoil.com.
Are you looking for a new race car hauler, trailer, or easy-go golf cart? What about something dependable? How about buying from someone you can depend on? Contact Elliott's Custom Trailers and Carts. They're a certified Featherlight dealer with all kinds of trailers and other products to fit your needs. Located just 2 hours north of downtown Indianapolis, Elliott's Custom Trailers will deliver your trailer or cart anywhere in the United States. No matter where you're from or what you're looking for, the goal is always the same: ultimate customer satisfaction. So don't wait. Contact Elliott's today and find a trailer or golf cart that fits your needs.
Indy Metal Finishing is a family-owned and operated business with 30 years of experience in the industry. Their mission is to support their customers with an exceptional level of quality and service. Conveniently located minutes from downtown Indianapolis, Indy Metal Finishing offers Type 2 and Type 3 anodizing chemical conversions, passivation, and electroless nickel services to motorsports, medical, military, aerospace, and manufacturing industries. Indy Metal Finishing is ISO certified and holds an FFL license. If you have any questions, please call Indy Metal Finishing today at 317-858-5353. Find them online at Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at Indy Metal Finishing, or visit their website at indymetalfinishing.com.
Anything you can do, I can do better.
I'm faster than you. Yeah, well, I'm gnarlier than you. I get more sideways. I'm louder. Much louder. I get wilder than you. You sure about that, bro?
Harder.
Slicker.
Cooler.
Tougher.
Let's go.
So what you got?
Go harder, faster, stronger with Rod End Supply. Whether you are running industrial, farming equipment, or a race car, Rod End Supply has the assortment of rod ends, radius rods, and specialty products that will help you lead the field in performance. Our superior design means our rod ends last longer and perform better, giving you the edge on the track and saving you money. Contact Rod End Supply or order online today at rodendsupply.com. We don't just sell them, we race them. rodendsupply.com. Serving the racing community for over 30 years.
The Western World Championships are back and bigger than ever. For the first time, Central Arizona Raceway in Casa Grande hosts the 58th annual edition of one of the premier events in dirt track racing on October 24th and 25th. Avante Windows and Doors and AME Electrical have teamed up to bring you the largest purse in Western world history. $35,000 to win, plus $15,000 in lap money. The best USAC AMSOIL National and Avante Windows and Doors USAC CRA sprint car drivers in the country are storming into Casa Grande to battle for bragging rights, big money, and a legacy that lasts forever. Tickets are on sale now at centralazraceway.com. This is the biggest sprint car race in Arizona. This is tradition, and this is war on dirt. It's the Western World Championships on October 24th and 25th. Are you ready?
Welcome back to the broadcast here on FloRacing. The sun's starting to dip in the horizon and offering pretty spectacular views of a Indiana sunset. Of course, going into the Burr months here, and it is starting to show. If you haven't stopped by the USAC merchandise trailer, there are blankets available there. So if you find yourself getting a little chilly here tonight, you can grab yourself a blanket along with a brand new USAC hoodie. And of course, drivers, we talked about their merchandise just outside of the main gate. Don't forget, throughout the 2025 season, you can be part of the action with a chance to win with Play USAC, offering you, the fans, ways to put money in your favorite drivers with top sports books and daily fantasy providers offering odds and exclusive sign-up offers for USAC racing fans. There's never been a better time to give it a try. Go to nxtbets.com/PlayUSAC for more information. Or if you're on the broadcast, you can scan the code on your screen right now to see what's available in your state. Void where prohibited, must be 21 years or older to participate. Fight back against addiction at 1-800-GAMBLER. Odds provided to USAC by NXTBets.com. They put Kyle Cummins as the odds-on favorite tonight at plus 186. Justin Grant at a plus 288. Logan Seavey at a 347. A little further down, Mitchell Moles at a 1209. Briggs Danner at a 1402. And Chase Stockton at a 41.19. Hayden Reinbold, a little bit of a long shot odd at a 60.73. So remember, when our drivers win, you win when you play along at NXTBets.com/PlayUSAC. Cookout presents always fresh, never frozen burgers, barbecue, hot dogs, all cooked fresh every day. And get this, over 40 different flavors of shakes, all prepared fresh and made by hand every day. It's all yours. Find a Cookout location near you. Visit cookout.com. A couple of fans down checking down the merchandise at the USAC trailer. Don't forget, you can shop 24/7 at usacgear.com as well. Sunoco is the official race fuel of USAC Racing. As the world's largest manufacturer of racing fuels, Sunoco has been the standard of motorsports for over 50 years. Known for innovation, consistency, and high performance, Sunoco fuels have been the choice of racers in virtually every form of motorsports, from grassroots tracks to premier international series. Committed to supporting the racing community, Sunoco powers champions and fuels unforgettable moments at the track. Car IQ has created a payment solution aimed at fleets that allows cars and trucks to connect to gas pumps to pay for fuel without the need of a fuel card or a credit card. Car IQ Payment Solutions, Car IQ Pay, replaces fleet card products and protects against fraud while significantly reducing back office vehicle reconciliation. Learn more at gocariq.com today. If you're in the market for a new or used trailer, motorcoach, or golf cart, look no further than Elliott's Custom Trailers and Carts, one of the nation's premier outlets and located right in the heart of north central Indiana, with the intent to give competitors the transporter they need to get to and from an event safely and dependably. Elliott's knowledgeable and dedicated staff will put you on track, showing you the latest in Featherlight, Intech, United, ATC, Illumitech, Bravo, as well as Magix, X-Series, and Easy Go. Led by Cindy Elliott, whose motorsports roots run deep, stemming from her late husband and USAC champion Tony Elliott, Elliott's Custom Trailers and Carts, it's not the choice, it's the only choice. Contact them online at Elliott'sCustomTrailers.com today or by phone at 1-800-766-1886. That's Elliott's, the only choice for champions. Of course, when you can't be at the track live, you can catch it all live with FloRacing, a part of the Flo Sports Network. Not only can you find great racing with the United States Auto Club, you can also find the Kubota High Limit Series, Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series powered by Flo, as well as tracks and series around the world. Need a little bit more? How about basketball, wrestling, marching band? You name it, you can find it with the Flo Sports Network, and it's all under one subscription. Speaking of which, you've got indoor racing coming up, and that includes the Hyper Racing Tulsa Shootout, powered by NOS Energy. General admission tickets for that event currently on sale at tulsashootout.com. And, of course, that all leads into the Chili Bowl Nationals, powered by NOS Energy. Monday and Tuesday reserve tickets are available by calling 918-838-3777. Single seats, nothing in pairs, scattered single seats for the entire event remain. And, of course, you can find out more information at chilibowl.com. That event taking place January 12th through the 17th Over 300 of the world's best drivers all under the giant roof of the SageNet Center. And, of course, you can't be there live. You can find it all on FloRacing. On the subject of midget racing, it will be the USAC NOS Energy Drink Midget National Championship ending out the 2025 season. And it kicks off with 2 nights at Placerville Speedway, November 14th and 15th, the Hangtown 100. If you missed the news on that, Kyle Larson co-promoting that event. And, of course, expect him to be in action for the 2 nights of racing. Plaza Park on November 19th, Thunder Bowl in Tulare on the 21st, Merced Speedway on the 22nd, Bakersfield at Kern County, that'll be on the 25th, and then Ventura Raceway, the Turkey Night Grand Prix on November 29th. Of course, again, those will all be live on FloRacing. Indy Metal Finishing is the official sponsor of the USAC work area. Indy Metal Finishing is a family-owned and operated business with 30 years of experience in the industry. Their mission, to support their customers with an exceptional level of quality and service. Conveniently located only minutes from downtown Indianapolis, Indy Metal Finishing offers Type 2 and Type 3 anodizing chemical conversions, passivation, and electroless nickel services to motorsports, medical, military, aerospace, and manufacturing industries. Indy Metal Finishing is ISO certified, and they hold an FFL license. For more information, go online to indymetalfinishing.com. Whether you're running a go-kart, a micro, a midget, a modified, a sprint car, a late model, silver crown car, or even taking the tractor around the field, Rod Supply has the assortment of radius rods and rod ends and specialty products that will help you lead the field of performing to your maximum potential. Remember, they don't just sell them, they race them. Go to rodsupply.com for more information. So getting word just a few more minutes here before the equipment begins leaving the racing surface, trying to get everything prepped and ready to go. A lot of rainfall at the start of the week all throughout the state of Indiana, so the crew having to kind of deal with that a little bit. A lot of that moisture remaining in the racing surface. So they're doing their due diligence to make sure they work everything in and get ready to go for night number 1 of 2 here tonight at the Berg. Of course, tonight, the Greg Stott Memorial. Tomorrow, the Fall Nationals, $20,000 to win. And it is the final leg of the Hoosier Trifecta powered by NOS Energy. And we talked about that a little bit earlier, and here's the way that works. Tomorrow, Justin Grant has a $20,000 bonus with a win or a second-place finish ahead of Logan Seavey. $10,000 bonus if he's third ahead of Logan Seavey. Logan Seavey has a $10,000 bonus on the line with a win or a third-place finish ahead of Justin Grant. If Logan finishes second and Justin Grant finishes third, they will split a $10,000 bonus. Last year, Robert Blue was the only driver going into the final night of the Hoosier Trifecta that had a shot. This year, a pair of drivers, Justin Grant and Logan Seavey. So all the great ways, again, that the United States Auto Club continues to reward the drivers for competing, and also NOS Energy showing their continued support of these racers. K1 Race Gear was born in 2003 with the philosophy of offering products to customers that they would be proud to use. At K1 Race Gear, they are racers, and they understand the value of buying quality safety products at a reasonable price. To meet the needs of their customers, they strive to provide quality safety equipment, including shoes, suits, driving gloves, and helmets, and more to racers of all ages at a great value. Whether your son or daughter is just starting out in the sport or you have a lifelong passion for racing, they have the safety equipment for you. Contact K1 Race Gear at k1racegear.com today. The official fire prevention solution of USAC Racing is Inferno Armor, created for the motorsports industry and now used in many applications. Inferno Armor quickly and easily makes fabrics fire retardant and heat resistant. Simply put, it's high-performance fire protection in a convenient spray. Driver that puts on the fire move of the night, of course, they'll receive a complimentary bottle of Inferno Armor. All the ways you can follow along with racing action here tonight. Of course, you can find us on Facebook by searching for USAC Racing, on X and Instagram at USAC Nation, live timing and scoring via the Race Monitor app. And a reminder, that is all unofficial. Official news, notes, points, and updates posted at the close of the racing program at usacracing.com. So the equipment making a couple of laps. Chad down at the base of the grandstands. We'll have opening ceremonies coming up here in just a little bit. Of course, along with championship standings, the Parallax Group National Passing Master points. Cale Drake leads that with 213 times advancing during a feature competition this season. Briggs Danner at 144. Gunnar Setzer 139. C.J. Leary at 132. Kevin Thomas Jr. currently running the top 5 with 129. An extra $2,500 to the driver who advances the most positions. So the equipment clearing, let's take it down to Chad.
All right. Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, once again. Welcome to the Lawrenceburg Speedway. Are you excited to be here for the Greg Staub Memorial? That's not too bad. That's not too bad. I'll expect you guys to get a little bit louder throughout the evening, okay? So the second running of the Greg Staub Memorial. All right, Briggs Danner won it last year. Who's it going to be tonight? But, hey, let's talk just a couple minutes. You know, if you're maybe new to sprint car racing or maybe new to Lawrenceburg Speedway, Greg Staub may not be a name that you're familiar with. So Greg Staub, a former track promoter here at the Lawrenceburg Speedway. He was a 5-time track champion here at the Lawrenceburg Speedway. Also, you may have heard Brian talk just a little bit earlier tonight. Also a champion car owner back in the year 2000. Jason Setzer won the Sprint Car Track Championship here at the Lawrenceburg Speedway. And, of course, his son Gunnar Setzer running with USAC full-time as well. And also a former series coordinator, Greg Staub was. So the name Greg Staub, really, really synonymous with the history here at the Lawrenceburg Speedway. Just a couple quick facts for us to keep in mind throughout the evening here tonight as we run the second running of the Greg Staub Memorial. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, if you are able, if you would please rise and remove your hats. And we'll turn things over to our track chaplain, Jackie Litchfield-Apted, for tonight's invocation.
Father God, we thank you for today, and we thank you for another night to race. We ask you to bless our track. We ask you to bless our event. We ask you for your hedge of protection over our drivers, their crews, our fans, and our infield workers. And Father God, we also ask your hedge of protection over our military, the men and women who serve our great country, America. Now keep the clouds away, the dust down, and the speeds fast. And may we pursue you, God, like a driver would in second place, going after his first win. In Jesus' name we pray in faith. Amen.
And ladies and gentlemen, if you would remain standing, you can face the American flag, which is on the flagpole in between turns 3 and 4. Here to perform tonight's national anthem from Cincinnati, Ohio, it's 16-year-old Kaylee Gindling.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we glass gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Ladies and gentlemen, Kaylee Ginling performing tonight's national anthem. Great job, Kaylee. Thank you so much. Hey, Brian, let's bring out the USAC sprint cars.
Sounds like a plan. Thank you very much. Your first of 3 heat races tonight for the USAC AMSOIL Sprint Car National Championship. And oh, by the way, some bonus money up. If you win one of your heat races, an extra $144 for the friends and family of Greg Staub. Speaking of which, the car honoring the driver, the number 44 here tonight, is going to be on the pole of Car IQ Heat Race number 1. We're talking about Sean Westerfeld at the Guilford, Indiana, driver the Impressive Creations, Wagner Reserve, Westerfeld Power, DRC, Bischoff Lawn Care, the Sailor Park Bunch, number 44. Outside of him, you will find C.J. Leary at Greenfield, Indiana, driver the Curb Records, Kodiak Products, Team Arizona, Quebec Genie Racing, Apache Transport, number 21 AZ. Second row from the inside, Kevin Thomas Jr. to Coleman, Alabama, the Inferno Armor, Majestic Electric, Factory Kane, Lucas Oil Center, number 3R, and outside of him, you're going to find Hayden Reinbold at Gilbert, Arizona, the AME Electrical, Levante Windows and Doors, Stanton Spike, number 19. Kyle Cummins from the 5th starting spot, the Avante Windows and Doors, Petty Performance, Apache Transport, Premier Recycling, number 3P. And outside of him, tonight's Honest Abe Roofing Quick Qualifier, Mitchell Moles at Raisin City, California, the AMA Electrical, Pacific Valley Transportation, Reinbold Underwood Motorsports, number 19 AZ. Final row from the inside, Kayla Rell. She's at a Dillsboro, Indiana, driver the Southern Insurance, Donut Spike, Industrial Hydraulics, Incorporated, number 4K. And your final starter, driver the G-Nick Construction Chalkstick, Spec DRC, number 10, out of Robards, Kentucky. That will be Eric Gentry. As that'll be your scheduled line to begin for Car IQ Heat Race number 1 of 3 tonight with the USAC AMSOIL Sprint Car National Championship. Car staged out to the front straightway. The Toyota Racing Development Pace Truck will begin to roll, and the caution lights will be coming on here in just a moment for drivers to get underway and get lined up and ready to go. Christy Bem is joining me up in the booth here for heat race action. Kevin Thomas Jr. coming out during Honest Abe Roofing qualifying. Lap number 1 at speed. Lap number 2, the car dying on him. And the crew able to go back and going through. Not sure yet what the culprit was on that, but it looks like things have been rectified. The car firing into turns 1 and 2.
Yeah, I was just getting ready to mention that. Not sure whether or not Drake was able to get an update on exactly what went wrong with the 3R. It looked to be perhaps something under the hood. You have to imagine when the car just comes to an abrupt slow in that way.
And sounds like on cue, he just might.
Yeah, I got a chance to talk to the team, Brian and Christy. Unfortunately for us, they were not really willing to share that information with us. But what I can tell you, yes, number 1, it was an internal problem from what we were able to tell. Also, some pretty heavy changes going on that race car, too. Notably, a gear change in that race car, too. No matter what you're racing, no matter if it's pavement, dirt, oval, street course, road course, whatever, we know gearing in race cars is definitely important. So not sure if that gear change, what that gear change was trying to aim for as terms of performance with that 3R machine. But nonetheless, as you guys mentioned, cars fired off and set to go for our first heat race on the evening.
Thank you very much. Situations like that, typically we're still looking. And we're not sure. We don't want to say the wrong thing, and we certainly don't want to say something that's going to maybe insult an engine builder or a crew member or something like that.
A lot of times that is exactly what it can be. They're trying to protect their sponsors, protect their supporters, and their partners. So sometimes we do run into that, and it's all for the good of the group for the most part.
Nevertheless, things rolling nicely here as they'll jackrabbit the field around to the tailgate of the Toyota Racing Development Pace Truck against Sean Westerfeld in that Greg Staub Memorial number 44 here tonight. CJ Leary alongside him in the 21 AZ. Leary coming off of a strong run this past Friday night at Terre Haute, a runner-up finish for the driver of the Team Arizona, Carbaggini race number 21 AZ. 7th last year in the Greg Staub Memorial. Indiana Sprint Week wins in 2017, 2020. Also has a win with the Boss Series as well as a weekly win to his resume here at Lawrenceburg. Kevin Thomas Jr., a 34-time starter here in USAC National Sprint Car Competition. 5th place finish last year in the Greg Staub Memorial. 2017, 19, and 2021. All sites of USAC National wins. 3 other wins outside of that, 6 overall.
Kyle Cummins, of course, your leader with the AMSOIL USAC National Sprint Car Series. Right now, he's also got multiple wins here at Lawrenceburg Speedway.
So KTJ, those are the years he has won the Fall Nationals. Add 3 more to that, 6 over USAC National scores here. 6th place finish at Terre Haute, Butler, and Paragon. He goes from the 3rd starting spot. Round of the NOS Energy start can. Car IQ Heat Race number 1 goes to green. You're going to race off into turns 1 and 2. Nearly 3 wide for the top spot. Here it will be Westerfeld. Getting the jump onto the back straightaway. The 44 going to lead the way. Leary trying to look to the inside and take the 2nd spot away. KTJ cycling on the outside. Rides in 3rd here as they come around to complete lap number 1.
Hayden Reinbold did have a ton of speed on that last lap. Now he's going to find the tail tank of the 3P of Kyle Cummins, who slides up into the 4th position.
Onto the back straightaway and into turns 3 and 4. Cummins takes it low on entry, brings it wide at the exit. In the meantime, Kevin Thomas right there, chomping to the bit for the 2nd spot, trying to trade a little bit of bronze for silver here. The exchange rate not quite there, though, as he's going to hold on to the 3rd spot as they work onto the far side of the racetrack. Everybody still chasing Sean Westerfeld, though. The 44 coming around to click off lap number 3. Leary still running in 2nd. KTJ, Cummins, and Reinbold right now your top 5. Slide going on for that position between Reinbold and Moles. That's the battle for the 5th spot between the team cars.
Sean Westerfeld did have a better jump on the start of that one, so now continuing to take advantage of that really excellent start and leading this Car IQ Heat Race number 1, continuing as we're halfway through.
Westerfeld, a 10-time starter in USAC National Sprint Car Competition here at the Indiana Oval. Finished 22nd in this event last year. Best finish, a 7th back in 2017, as he's going to give up the lead to the back straightaway. Leary with a good run that time into turns 1 and 2, able to come away with it. See if he can hold on to it now. Kevin Thomas Jr. quickly up into 2nd and stalking right now the number 21.
Kevin Thomas Jr. still been on the tail tank of the 21 AZ. CJ Leary not able to shake him off, and now Kyle Cummins has made his way up to 3rd.
So Cummins, who was 5th just a couple laps ago, has made his way up onto the podium. Kevin Thomas with an incredible launch at the exit turn number 2. Going to close right up on CJ Leary. Carries that speed around to the front straightaway. Wave of the white flag, 1 to go. Leary going to make his way off into turns 3 and 4. Kevin Thomas going to try to set something up here. Right into the tire tracks. Maybe takes a peek to the inside. Not enough bite. It's going to be Leary coming around to pick up heat race number 1. Kevin Thomas Jr. in 2nd. Kyle Cummins in 3rd. Mitchell Moles in 4th. Sean Westerfeld ends up running at your top 5 unofficially. But for the 13th time this season, he is a heat race winner out of Greenfield, Indiana. Driver the Curb Records, Kodiak Products, One Way DRC, Team Arizona, Carbaggini racer number 21 AZ. Race fans, give him a hand. C.J. Leary. Kevin Thomas Jr. in 2nd. Kyle Cummins in 3rd. Mitchell Moles in 4th. Sean Westerfeld in 5th. Hayden Reinbold in 6th. Eric Gentry in 7th. And Kayla Rail unofficially running at your field in 8th. Remember, everybody's going on into the feature event, but you still want to finish inside of the top 6 in order to regain your qualifying time and make sure you are in the inversion. So we'll hear from our heat race winners post-heat races here before we get into the Hornet side of things. K1 Race Gear Heat Race number 2, staging out to the front straightaway. Driver to Piqua, Ohio, the Medway Tool. Claxon DRC, Com Connect, Bar Family Racing number 21B, Ryan Barr, going to lead him down to the drop of the green flag. Outside of him, out of Sutter, California, the Mount Mechanical Contractors, Indy Power Sports, Stanton DRC, Carrington Homes number 57. That will be Logan Seavey. Second row from the inside, Gunnar Setzer to Columbus, Indiana, the Midwest 2 Mill Superior Ag, Davis Brothers, Stanton Flea RC, SNC Machine number 5G. And outside of him, that will be Ricky Lewis out of Oxnard, California, the Honest Abe Roofing, Claxon DRC, Bennick Enterprises, Pendleton Farms number 2B. The Moose Racing number 92, Chase Stockton out of Fort Branch, Indiana, the Brown Brothers Excavating, Daywig Meeks Kisser number 92. He'll go from 5th from 6th. Winner here 1 year ago during the Greg Staub Memorial out of Allentown, Pennsylvania, the East Sider & Sons Recycling, Oshtucks, Rosa Corn, Davis Brothers, Apache Transport number 39. That will be Briggs Danner. Final starter out of Goshen, Ohio, driver the Teal Moon Creation DRC chassis. Weber Racing, CSI number 9. That will be Dustin Weber. As that'll be your scheduled lineup again for K1 Race Gear Heat Race number 2. Ryan Barr, your pole sitter, a two-time starter with the USAC AMSOIL Sprint Car National Championship. Ended up in the semi-feature last year in this event. Best run, 2025 during the Justin Owen Memorial, a 16th place finish in feature event competition. Of course, Logan Seavey 1 year ago during the Fall Nationals went to victory lane. It was his 14th win with this series in 2024. Currently sitting at 6 victories on the season and 43 starts. Of course, 9 overall wins on the season, and of course picked up the win during Indiana Sprint Week.
So he's the most recent winner at this racetrack with this series. So Logan Seavey going to roll from the outside of row number 1. However, during Car IQ Heat Race number 1, that inside line did get a better start.
Good and even at that NOS Energy start camera, like you said, when they got to turns 1 and 2. Westerfeld led the majority of that, ended up slipping back to 5th. Gunnar Setzer in the 5. He will go from the inside of row number 2. 2 previous starts here. He was 10th in this event 1 year ago. Ricky Lewis in the 2B. Another driver that's been in a feature competition twice with the USAC AMSOIL Sprint Car National Championship, both during Sprint Week. He finished 5th here back in July. He does have wins here at Lawrenceburg with the Boss Series. Those were back in 2024. Chase Stock, and the last time he was here, the Moose was locked up. Unfortunately, they could not get the door. That is a stacker trailer, and they could not get the door to release. They end up having to go back to the shop and get it worked on. As Richie was going around to get pictures and videos, the first thing they said is, hey, door's open.
Yeah, that's such a bummer. But, of course, he went on to pick up that win at the Tarrant Action Track in the same week. So
6th last year in the Greg Staub Memorial. He is a former Fall Nationals winner back in 2012. Was also his first career USAC National Sprint Car victory.
Briggs Danner rolling next to him. He is the defending winner of the Greg Staub Memorial. So only the 2nd year of this event. So Briggs Danner looking to defend and sweep.
Of course, remember Danner led the field coming around to the 3rd attempt of the Fall Nationals feature event. Unfortunately, he ended up upside down in the opening lap. Ended up 23rd in the Saturday portion of this weekend 1 year ago. 4th in the last 2 visits here for the Justin Owen Memorial as well as Indiana Sprint Week. He goes again from the outside of row number 3 as he was 2nd quick in Honest Abe Roofing qualifying. Dustin Weber in the 9. 14th here during the Dick Gaines Memorial with the Boss Series back in September. Lines up at the back of the field. They come around to the NOS Energy start can. We're underway.
So again, that inside line looking to be a little bit more preferable as Ryan Barr gets upside down, and Logan Seavey narrowly avoids that disaster, but the 21B, a big ride for him.
Safety crew's on scene, and looks like thumbs up from trackside from the safety crew. Moving around and going to come up out of the car, and that was a pretty solid landing once that car got upside down. So taking a little bit here to catch his breath and get up out of the top of the car. Crew down to Studio 56, queuing up the replay here on the FloRacing broadcast. We'll get a look at that here in just a little bit. So coming up with the replay here, goes in, just bikes the car up, and man, that second hit and then that final landing really just sticking that front end hard down into the racetrack. They'll slow the frame rate down, get another look at it here. Goes in, and that thing goes from a DRC to a Schwinn real quick as he gets it up on the right side tires. And what a job by Logan Seavey. Whoever installed the brakes needs a bonus, because he had every opportunity to wear the 21B like a hat, and fortunately was able to get it woed up without himself biking up on the right side tires. So Drake down on scene with Ryan. We'll see if we can get a word with him.
And Ryan gracious enough to have a word with us for just a moment. Ryan, that was awfully scary, especially from down where I was at on the infield. Take us through what happened down here in turn number 1.
You know, when you got somebody like Sevia on the top door there, you drive it in really hard, and I think we tightened up just a little too much, and I hauled in, and all of a sudden I saw the sky. So it's unfortunate. We had a really, really good season, and I thought we were going to be able to salvage a good weekend. I think that's the end of it for us.
That's a tough break for Ryan Bard, too, in this race car. I know I say it a lot, but this is truly the definition of mangled. The front rack alone is absolutely twisted in just a violent way. Of course, you heard Ryan talk about that impact and hauling it down to turn number 1 and just didn't stick, and even the down tube on the right side of the race car is pushed out and bent as well. And one of the smaller family teams you'll find, especially here at Lawrenceburg, a great group of Ryan and his family here at the Lawrenceburg Speedway. As I said, one of the smaller family teams in the pit area. Really hate to see this for them, Brian and Christy.
Definitely so. And, of course, every time the United States Auto Club rolls into town, Ryan and his family, they're always here. They're always in competition, and definitely a tough break to see that. Getting a look at that right side down tube and displaced by about 1.5 feet.
Now, there are no gentle tip overs at Lawrenceburg Speedway, so yeah, really glad to see that he's up and moving and climbing on the side of the tow truck right now to get that thing back to the trailer, and hopefully they'll have some time to rebuild and have really good equipment for next season.
So they'll get the car cleared. Ryan Barr in victory lane earlier this year up at Montpelier with the Boss Series. That was back on May 31st. So Ryan taking the ride on the side of the tow truck here, the car dangling from the back. About shoring that thing up to a midget. The general angle and how the right side suddenly takes that downward slope reminds me of one of the cars Kevin Ramey had a couple of years ago.
Yeah, you were just describing that and how one of those chassis had sort of that direct down direction of the down tubes. So, yeah, scary deal.
So they'll take the 21B back to the pit area. The crew's still working up out of the racing groove, make sure everything is cleared and good to go. The rest of the field refiring in the meantime. So the Lawrenceburg Fire and Safety crew will clear down into the infield.
We're going to crisscross the field, I believe, once we go back to green here and get everybody lined back up. So that should move Gunnar Setzer to the outside of row number 1 and Logan Seavey to the inside.
So this will certainly kind of change things up here for the start if they do crisscross it. Yeah, the drivers that start on that outside, they've already kind of feel for that. Now seeing what the inside has done, see if maybe there's a couple of little head games going on there as they come around to the NOS Energy start can. They're going to go ahead and let the drivers, I think, buzz the turnover in turns 1 and 2 and make sure everything is squared away and good to go. Right now, just letting them get some heat back under the bonnets here. Temperatures cooling here tonight. Of course, that means it's time to stop by the USAC merchandise trailer. Grab yourself a hoodie and a blanket while you're down there. Of course, all the assortments of hats, T-shirts, and everything down there. No reason to leave without your race day must-have gear. I know we haven't made it to Halloween yet, but Christmas is coming, and, well, shopping can be done all right here.
What an excellent idea for a gift.
All right, guys, let's double them up. These trucks are 2, 5.
So they didn't end up crisscrossing. So Gunnar Setzer, they just moved that inside row up. So Gunnar Setzer going to start from the inside of row number 1. Logan Seavey going to retain that outside row number 1 starting position. But now he knows what he's working with. So he's going to have an opportunity to try something different compared to what that last start looked like.
See what this one looks like here as they come around to the NOS Energy start can. Setzer in the 5. Going to bring him around. He'll find the throttle. It's going to be Seavey on the outside with a better run this time into turns 1 and 2. Setzer trying to come back after him here. Everybody onto the back straightaway, side by side, nearly 3 wide for the third spot. Lewis on the outside, going to hold that position side by side for the lead. 57, he was tied on the outside of the racetrack, but keeps it underneath him, and he comes around to lead lap number 1.
Gunnar Setzer did have a look to the inside of the 57 coming off of turn number 4 and over-rotated it just a little bit. That lets Logan Seavey begin to get away, as now he's going to feel the pressure from Ricky Lewis.
Ricky Lewis, who had been working the high side of the racetrack, challenged at the exit turn number 2 by the 92 of Stockin, now going to move his line down the racing surface. Stockin still right there to his back bumper. Briggs Danner with a great drive right through the middle of turn number 2 and onto the back straightaway. Comes right back up to put himself in competition there for the third spot. 3 cars going at it. Setzer in the meantime took a look at the lead, couldn't get there.
Gunnar Setzer all over the inside of the 57 of Logan Seavey right now. Down the backstretch, though, Logan Seavey able to pick up a lot of speed. Through the corners, Gunnar Setzer a little bit better.
Setzer right through the middle. Seavey a little bit higher. Holds on to the race lead. The Mount Mechanical Contractors, number 57. Setzer going to throw to the inside. Here's the slide. He'll try to retake the top spot. Seavey able to turn back to his inside. Holds on to it. It'll be Logan Seavey leading into 3. Brings it a little wide at the exit to number 4. Setzer back down to his inside. They're still side by side with the top spot. As now Seavey going to take that inside line away into turn number 1. Try to break the momentum of Gunnar Setzer. And so far does so. Challenge for third still ongoing.
So that battle between Chase Stockin and Ricky Lewis continues to rage on as they exit turn number 4. Briggs Danner watching it all unfold in front of him from the 5th position. The 92 Chase Stockin going to take a look to the inside of Ricky Lewis. Lewis crosses him over, and Ricky Lewis continues to ride in that third spot.
Good round and round racing for the third spot here as they work into turns 3 and 4. Stockin back to the inside as they come around to the wave of the white flag. Final trip around here in K1 Race Gear Heat Race number 2. Setzer back up in contention to possibly steal away the win as they work into the final 2 turns. He's going to look to the outside of 3. Does he bring it down low with the extra turn number 4? Couldn't quite get there. Seavey going to hold on at 57. Setzer in second. Lewis holds on to third. Stockin and Danner unofficially your top 5. Eighth heat race win of the season for the driver to Center, California, the Mount Mechanical Contractor, Stanton DRC, Carrington Homes, Indy Power Sports, Abacus Racing, number 57. Race fans, give him a hand, Logan Seavey. Gunnar Setzer in second, Ricky Lewis in third, Chase Stockin in fourth, Briggs Danner in fifth, Dustin Weber and Ryan Barr unofficially rounding out your field. So both of your heat races, one from the outside of the opening row. We'll see if that theme continues here into USACgear.com heat race number 3. Kobe Simpson out of Bonham, Texas, the B-Town Automotive, Canada DRC, tops up here by Quality Threads, number 21K, going to lead the field down to the drop of the green flag. Outside of him is the 2025 Paragon Speedway Track Champion. Out of Clyde, Victoria, Australia, driver of the Glen Farms, Wedgwood Motorsports, number 98H, that will be Todd Hobson. Second row from the inside, Nate Carley, he's out of West Harrison, Indiana, the Benson Tree Services, D&D Power, DRC, Jack's Trucking, number 14C. And next to him, it'll be Sabin Byband out of Cincinnati, Ohio, the Epoxy Systems International XXX chassis, signs by Trey, number 98. Justin Grant out of Ione, California, the NOS Energy MPV Logistics, Kistler Max at number 4. He'll roll from 5th. From 6th, it'll be the Daming Swanson inline rigging, Snake Enterprises, one-way DRC number 5T of Jake Swanson. Final starter set to be Kyle Willis out of North Vernon, Indiana, the Ellis Gas and Oil Cummins powered. Spike Chassis, Gold Bear Group Thunder Kids, number 5W. As that'll be your schedule line, begin for USACgear.com heat race number 3. So the car is beginning to fire, and I believe Drake York with an update.
Thank you so much, Brian. Jake Swanson slated to roll off from 6th here in our third and final heat race on the evening. And talking to Jake earlier today, too, he's in a really happy place with this race car right now. Has this chassis figured out, has the right motor package he thinks he's going to need here for this weekend at Lawrenceburg. He says, We've been fast all year. There's no question about that. You look at lots of points in this season. That 5T car has had a lot of speed, but the one thing that has been missing pretty continuously all season long is a really good qualifying effort. Well, tonight he times in third in Honest Abe Roofing, qualifying at a place where he hasn't won, has had speed at in the past for sure. So Jake Swanson, I'm going to keep my eye on him. Of course, still got to finish inside that top 6 to make the invert, but still, he's going to have a really good starting spot for the feature event if he makes it through this heat race scot-free, and he might be a threat for the win in tonight's feature event.
Swanson coming in off a 5th place run this past Friday at Terre Haute. 42 starts in the season, has a pair of podiums, a dozen top 5s, and 30 top 10 finishes. 6 career wins with the series, 52 top 5s, and 125 top 10s for the driver of the number 5T. As he'll goose the throttle onto the front straightaway, the field coming around to join the Toyota Racing Development pace truck as it makes its way onto the front straightaway. Kobe Simpson, again out of Bonham, Texas, a win earlier this year with the Elite Non-Wing Series down at Lawton Speedway. That was back on August 16th. We'll lead him down to the drop of the green flag. Hobson, pair of wins this season up at Paragon. Of course, picked up the track championship by 8 markers. So coming down to the final round of competition to wrap that one up. Nate Carley in the 14 for the 3rd starting spot. Sabin Bybin in the 98, the most recent winner here in Lawrenceburg back on September 27th. That was with the Boss Series. His night already off to a better start than a year ago where he had to scratch before we even got to qualifying. Justin Grant, of course, looking for some redemption here at Lawrenceburg. A lot of speed during hot laps, carrying that speed over into qualifying. 16 USAC national wins on the season between all 3 circle track divisions of the United States Auto Club. Of course, picking up the win last Friday at Terre Haute.
And a little broken foot and not enough to scare him at the Lawrenceburg Speedway. He's got as many wins here with the AMSOIL USAC National Sprint Car Series as anybody. So Justin Grant going to roll from that 5th spot here in USACgear.com heat race number 3.
Field making their way around onto the front straightaway. They find the green flag flying. We get after it here in USACgear.com heat race number 3. It will be the Wedgwood car sitting 1st and 2nd onto the back straightaway. We'll see which one comes around with a race lead. They're going to challenge each other this time through turns 3 and 4. Up on the high side and rolling, it will be Hobson leading. Bybin right now running at the 2nd spot. Oh my! They're hopping, skipping, and jumping over turns 1 and 2, but somehow they keep it upright, and that opens the door for the 5. Swanson rolling the inside line. He'll take over the top spot, says thank you very much in the 5T.
Enough to let Jake Swanson slip right through. Sabin Bybin still sitting in that 2nd position as Todd Hobson. Rolling in 3rd, Justin Grant just made his way by Kobe Simpson for that 4th spot.
Grant up to the high side of the speedway through turns 3 and 4, trying to close and see if he can pick up a couple of more spots here. It will be Kobe Simpson chasing him with Nate Carley trying to make his way by. That time Grant tried the inside through turns 1 and 2. Could not get to Todd Hobson quick enough here, as it will be your 3rd quick qualifier. Started outside of run number 3 up into the race lead. Jake Swanson in the 5 showing the way. Bybin a distant 2nd right now. Hobson still running in 3rd. Justin Grant running in 4th. Nate Carley in the meantime is taking over the 5th spot. Kobe Simpson and Kyle Willis right now running at your field.
Well, it sounded like Jake Swanson conveyed a ton of confidence to Drake York about 5T, especially here at Lawrenceburg Speedway. And all of this so far is checking out with that. Meanwhile, Justin Grant sitting in that 4th position. He's going to make a move on top to Hobson for the 3rd spot.
He had a lot of momentum through turns 1 and 2. Actually had closed onto the back bumper. Hobson and Hurley had to back out of the throttle a little bit to avoid using him like a ramp on the back straightaway. Trying to carry a little bit of speed down to the bottom of turns 3 and 4, scrubbing a little bit too much off, and now going to have to reset and go back on the attack here as they come around the wave of the white flag. Challenge for 3rd underway. Challenge for the lead, non-existent. It is Jake Swanson onto the back straightaway for the final time through turns 3 and 4. Checkered flag will greet the winner of USACgear.com heat race number 3. Jake Swanson gets it done in 5. It will be Bybin holding on to 2nd. Hobson holds on to 3rd. Grant and Carley officially your top 5. 8th time this season he is a heat race winner out of Anaheim, California, driving the Inland Ranking Stake Enterprises, JST Shock Technologies, One Way DRC, Burris Racing, number 5T. Race fans, give him a hand, Jake Swanson. Sabin Bybin in 2nd, Todd Hobson in 3rd, Justin Grant in 4th, Nate Carley in 5th, Kobe Simpson in 6th, and Kyle Willis unofficially running at your field in 7th. So I have heat race interviews coming up here in just a moment. That'll give the track crew a chance to come out, check the racing surface, make sure everything is good to go before we roll into Hornet heat races. Pair of heat races for the four-cylinder division coming up here in just a little bit. So Leary picking up heat race number 1, CV heat race number 2, and Swanson winner in heat race number 3. Still atop of the charts here in heat race wins, despite being sidelined for the remainder of the season, Robert Ballou. 15 heat race wins. Unfortunately, a back injury taking him out of competition on the men. Look forward to seeing him back on the road as we head down to Winter Dirt Games in February. If you missed the announcement on that earlier this week, those dates have